In 1978, Ron Toomer of Aerodynamics helped design Anheuser-Busch a brand new record-breaking roller coaster at Busch Gardens, Europe that would make its mark in theme park history. The ride would not only break the height record, but become the first and only existing coaster to have interlocking vertical loops. The beautiful yellow masterpiece that flies over the Rhine River to this day is called the Loch Ness Monster. Now, this coaster is not playing around for something built in the late 1970s because it traverses 3,240 feet of track, one of the longest roller coasters at Busch Gardens. Loch Ness also has a maximum height of 130 feet, or 39.6 meters, and reaches a top speed of 60 miles per hour, or 96.5 kilometers per hour. After a relatively lengthy pre-lift section, the ride climbs up the lift hill like it's trying to lull you to sleep. The train then proceeds through a dip, turn, and the 114-foot, or 34.75-meter drop. The airtime is pretty solid in the back rows, but I prefer to have more control of my movements on this ride. Nessie then swoops through a turnaround over the Land of the Dragons play area, and this element is exactly the reason why I don't recommend riding in the front rows, because you will get jackhammered unexpectedly. And now for the most iconic part of the ride. The first of the two interlocking loops is relatively forceful and is a very solid loop. Also, the head chopper moments on this inversion and the second inversion are really awesome, and they spice up the layout even more. After the scenic drop and loop over the Rhine River, the train bounces you through the forest and into a rocky tunnel. This is where Nessie wraps around itself 14 times and regains its pacing. This is one of the more jerky parts of the ride, so you will need to be aware of the headbanging. Anyways, you would think Nessie would keep that solid pacing going, but no. The train jolts you quickly into the second lift hill. Surely something has happened to prove that's not 100% safe for the coaster. After the fast climb up the weirdly placed lift hill, the train banks right, proceeds through an okay drop, into a solid second loop, and a janky turn into the aggressive brakes. This inversion seems to be faster than the first loop, probably because of no trim brakes before the drop. Overall, the Loch Ness Monster is a good coaster that is a remnant of the relationship between Aerodynamics and Busch Gardens. The solid inversions, classic vibe, and cool Scottish theming convinced me to give this ride a 7 out of 10. This was my first thrill coaster, and my head clears the restraints, so that also bumped up my rating a little bit. So that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching this review until the end, and let me know down below which coaster I should do next. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed these reviews, because I will make more. As always, this has been Storm, and I'll see you coaster lovers next time.